Well, folks, Ray Dalio is at it again. He is again talking on CNBC, talking about the market is in a bubble. According to Ray Dalio, we are 80% of our way to a bubble popping. He warns of frothy tech valuations, private credit stress, and frankly, investor complacency as major signs of a nasty bubble forming. Also to note, if you happen to be a Bitcoin fan, you should know that Ray Dalio has 1% of his massive portfolio in Bitcoin, says that he has had that for quite a while. Yesterday afternoon, folks, we got the Fed minutes, and boy, were they full of information. As expected, as I've said for quite a while now, I do believe that the Fed is divided in a camp that want to cut and a camp that, frankly, wants to refuse to cut. What did the Fed minutes show? Well, several things. First, many, and I want to underline the word many, officials said no more cuts needed this year. So again, I do think well over 7, 8, maybe even 9 Fed presidents, based on their comments, are in the no cut camp. In addition to that, according to Steve Leisman, CNBC host, says that these Fed minutes were nothing but confusing. The Fed is really disjointed right now. Thankfully, you and I have been talking about that for quite a while. It's not a surprise to us. Not sure I have seen this many disparate views. Again, folks, thanks to this channel, we are once again ahead of the mass media. And finally, leadership change is coming. So what does all of this mean? Well, actually, you know what? Let's talk about jobs first, because I think we have to tie that together first. So this morning, we started to get our dose of government data. First, let's talk about initial weekly claims. They were expected to come in at 227. They came in at 220. So again, below expectation. Nothing appearing to blow up just yet. On top of that, we have now learned that we got the September, and I want to stress September jobs data, not October, September. This is the report that was held back when the government shut down. And more importantly, and shockingly, we have learned that the December data that was supposed to come out on December 9th is going to be delayed to December 16th. Folks, that's not good. Why? The Fed meets on November 9th and 10th. It is my strong suggestion that the Fed postpone their meeting. Why does the Fed want to meet a week before what would arguably be the most important jobs number in years? Again, we got September numbers, and they were better than expected. Jobs created in the month of September were positive, 119,000, with 87,000 coming from private sector. That is good. That is good news. What is bad? Well, the unemployment rate ticked up to 4.4%. Why is that bad? Well, if you believe the dot plot, 4.4% was the highest expected reading by the Fed. And we are already there. And it is getting worse. So, again, if I had a magic wand, I would take the Fed meeting from the 9th and 10th and move it to the 16th and 17th. There is no reason for the Fed to be flying blind on the most important jobs data, because that's all that matters. Is the job market cratering, falling off a cliff, or not? If the job market is deteriorating, then they cut. If the job market is still cranking, then they don't. Why would you do a meeting on the 9th and 10th when you are missing the most critical piece of data? All right, I said my piece. I think they're crazy to meet on the 9th and 10th. It should be delayed. Well, we did get the most important tech earning yesterday. And if you are an AI long, NVIDIA long, congratulations. NVIDIA beat top line, beat bottom line. They did $57 billion in one quarter. That's more than $500 million a day. That is a lot of chips. Again, I will remind you that selling picks and shovels is a great business that we learned way back when in the dot-com era with Cisco. Frankly, we learned it with the gold miners. Who got rich during the gold rush? People who sold picks and shovels. According to Jensen Huang, sales are off the charts and GPUs are sold out. AI is going everywhere, doing everything all at once. That is quite a quote. I do want to let you know that I had a coaching session with Graham Stephan last night, met at his new office, his new facility. And one thing that Graham Stephan said I need to do here on the Daily Financial News is ask for a favor. Folks, again, I've been reading this morning for about 75 minutes to put together this list of information. I only ask one thing of you. Do me a favor, hit that little subscribe button. As Graham tells me, that really helps the channel get broader reach. So again, if you appreciate me reading 60 to 90 minutes every morning, if you could take 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. We did get some additional earnings yesterday besides NVIDIA. We got Palo Alto Networks. Again, Palo Alto Networks is one of those companies I look at to see what's going on with software. Again, the last thing they cut on software budgets is security. Well, Palo Alto Networks beat top line, beat bottom line, but a little fly in the ointment. Their quarter-on-quarter revenue and quarter-on-quarter EPS or earnings down 2%. So not sequential quarterly growth, which is not typically seen as a good thing. Also got Jack in the Box, revenue down 6.6% year on year. Missed earnings bad, not good. We also got Shoe Carnival, which is rebranding Shoe Station with margin expansion. Beat top line and bottom line. What's this going on at Shoe Carnival? They're basically changing the entire store. Shoe Carnival target customer was sub 30K, right? There's a family that made less than 30K. And now they're rebranding Shoe Station, aiming for customers who make more than 50K. So they're going up market, as they like to say. We did just get existing home sales. And folks, my call of an August bottom is looking really, really good. Again, I'm just pulling it up on my phone because the data just came out. Last month we did 4.08 million. It was expected to come in at 4.1, and we did. Month-on-month sales were up 1.2%. Again, that is coming out. That is even with the government shutdown. If we were going to see any stress or strain in the housing market from the government shutdown, it would have been in existing home sales, because we were hearing from mortgagers, FHA and the like, that things were being delayed. They were being slowed down. So the fact that these numbers came in as expected, and again, up month on month, shows that, you know what? August of 2025 might just prove to be the bottom of transactions. So again, that call is looking better and better. Walmart also reported earnings, said beat top line, bottom line, raised guidance. CFO said Walmart is winning over value-seeking customers. Let's talk about our school community. Again, we had our 500-member celebration last night with Jason and Ty. Thanks, guys, for coming out, helping. We went an extra half hour. Thanks, Jason, for doing that. The video is already posted, so if you missed it yesterday, I made sure to download it and share it inside school. So again, if you want to get rich in 2026, you want to understand how to grow and start a real estate business, all of it is in there for you. We all took like 20 or 25 questions. So get in there, check it out, is there for you in school. And we did have 3 people join, Adam, Marty, and David. Thank you for being members of school. Make sure you introduce yourself. Check out the 9 accountability groups, the active forums, the free education. And again, hopefully starting on Saturday, I will start loading Get Your Money Right course as another free goodie for you. Redfin had a report saying, this is a home buyer's market, to which I say, no duh. You and I on this channel have been talking about a buyer's market for a better part of 6 months. It's the first buyer's market I've seen in 12 years. Now Redfin agrees. Redfin says that much of the country is in a buyer's market. What else do we want to talk about? Why don't we talk about Jeff Gunlock? Jeff Gunlock, CEO of Double Line Capital, says that stocks are overpriced, bonds are overpriced, and private credit is a powder keg. Pretty much the only thing Jeff Gundlach likes today is gold. His primary refuge is gold. What else do we got? Resi Club. Again, shout out Lance Lambert at Resi Club. October housing down prices. This is prices down 0.3% month on month, up 0.1% year on year. And I guess the last thing we'll talk about is Rocket Mortgage has rolled out DSCR loans. Hello. DSCR loans for real estate investors. All you need is a DSCR of 1, minimum credit score of 680, and loan amounts cap out at $3 million. So, folks, again, hopefully you like this. This is the daily financial news. We will do it again on Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific. Again, what I do is I read for 60 to 90 minutes, and all you have to do is hit that subscribe button as a little thank you for me. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget that Steadily Insurance is the sponsor of the daily financial news. And if you are a landlord, it is your job to make sure you've got the best coverage at the best rate. Give them a shot. Link in the description. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing weekend. Take care of yourself. Later.